All right, I hit go live. We are off and boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Zach Per Capita. He's always wearing sweatpants. Elias, what's up, buddy?
Per capita, I've got a lot of sweatpants.
You said per capita so many times last episode.
Yeah,
I'm never asking per capita, ever.
Oh, it was. I assumed it was. And by the way, out of per capita, out of my pants allotment, there's an inordinate amount of warm-up sweatpant type thing. So yes.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later.
How many suits do you have versus how many jerseys? Because mine's not even close.
Oh, it's really bad. Jerseys, I probably have no less than 30. Suits, 1.5.
I've got 2, yeah, but one I don't wear because it's like baggy. It's sort of like fit from the 90s.
There's a inside.
I'm gonna Gotti's crew.
We have a joke with some of our friends. It's not so inside. I don't own pants. If you say wear pants, I'm either wearing suit pants or jeans. Like, I don't own pants ever. I don't need them for anything.
Yeah, that's not bad. Pretty good.
People watching this episode, rate, review, subscribe, do all the things. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, especially because we're doing a poll the audience episode today. This is episode 104. I called this Mac, Sax, and Cognac in relation to our poll the audience, Thanksgiving food weekend, all that stuff, which we will get into. But first,
Zach, Cognac going on at the Snyder household for Thanksgiving.
What are you drinking, buddy?
So I actually wrongfully accused the Italian guy of taking one of these and leaving a warm one. So I'm going to apologize to him.
The whole episode is for nothing?
No, it wasn't for naught. But I found the second one behind like a lot of other stuff. And I got to clean out my fridge because we're brining our turkey tomorrow. And we need fridge space. So I'm drinking 2 of these. You? E2?
E2. I have another listener donated beer. One of my friends I told you was in town, my buddy Seth, which I have a story about him for later. He came up from Baltimore visiting his brother. He's from Chicago. Checker Spot Brewing. It's called Sip Happens. It is a kettle sour brewed with Earl Grey tea and lemon. Of all the beers I ever get, this one I am not excited for.
Really? Because that actually, to me, sounds delightful as opposed to those
French toast strawberry.
Yeah, those ones that are a little bit
release the Kraken.
Maryland flag.
L'chaim.
Why can't this thing work? All right, here we go.
So I've talked to people. I have tons of results. We have lists. But Zach, you texted me that we need a emergency session last week.
Unfortunately, we do these Tuesday. Wednesday, I consider actually calling you, which is rare. I only call for, guess who died? But yeah, we had to have an emergency session because at about 4:50 on Wednesday, I got an email from my daughter's teacher, which filled me with such nachas, Jewish pride, not nachos. But so, long story short, backstory: a few of the boys in the class have been bothering a few of the girls, like making weird noises, following them, just being inappropriate, hitting them, whatever.
Hashtag me second grade.
Yeah, something like that. So hashtag time's up because I told her, and you teach this to girls, that when a boy is really bothering you, if it gets threatening or whatnot, you hit him in the privates. And
threatening, like I'm gonna steal your crayons and you kick him in the dick?
No, it's gotta rise to a certain threshold, which this may or may not have. So anyway, the email, and we went over when to do it. The email stated that a boy was following Zoe, and she turned around and punched him in the privates. And then the boy told on her. And her answer to the teacher was, well, my daddy said it was okay to hit him in the balls.
2 weeks in a row, Zach.
So she said balls at school, but the teacher wouldn't even write it. She goes, B***LS.
Oh, what a snowflake.
I know. And then she goes, oh, I can't imagine that's true. Well, I didn't laugh the hook. I go, well, it is and it isn't. And then I qualified why, like, it's a mea culpa. But and then we had I called a meeting with the principal just to, see why nobody was doing anything about, because our kid was complaining.
Did he trump her? Did he grab her by the PU
word? This is 2 minutes well worth it. She hit him in the nuts and he's somehow in trouble. So
what did he do though? What was
he was like up on her business. He was following her, making weird noises. He's done other things too. It's systemic,
Third strike.
A lot more than that. You hit your breaking point, and let's hope that both of his little grapes haven't dropped yet, because, he was a little surprised. Then he's had to go home and tell his father that the smallest kid in the grade hit him in the junk. That's embarrassing.
Taekwondo, baby.
And he told on her. I would say I have no son.
She trains stepping on kids' feet. Why was not the go-to move to disarm the kid?
Because his feet don't hurt. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Cats. Oy, too soon.
Seriously.
But yeah. And that's what I said. Zoe, Boombaye. You know, she walked the
Ollie.
walk. Yeah.
Good for her.
I think good for her, too. I was so proud.
I don't know if I'm defending her or not, but I'll tell you, that kid, not messing with her anytime soon.
Yeah, you don't want to make a bet with her because I know what the stakes are when you make a bet, and she's not hesitating.
Let's get back to the real thing, though. The teacher using the star. The best thing in the doctor business is when a patient says, why should I do that exercise? It's just going to make my balls hurt. You put that in quotation marks. When you can quote somebody, you can basically say anything at any job.
Nice. So as you have a plaque above your diploma, it'll make your balls hurt. Alan Snyder, I'll make your balls hurt.
No. Not my quote. When a patient says it, meaning if your daughter said just about anything, say she used the N-word, the teacher could write to you with a Zoe said, and as long as she's quoting her, you can literally get away with anything. You're not approving of that word. But to put the star word, if I were you, I would have went down the. What did she say? Bunch? Did she say bouillon? Like, I would have messed with the teacher until I've been like, what word exactly? And we would have played hangman until she gives me all the letters in that star word.
So you just said N-word and hangman in the same stream of consciousness. Jesus Christ. That's it for us. You've been great.
Good night, Alicia. What was your grandmother's name?
Well, my grandmother, Anita.
Good night, Anita.
Please, she's old school. There's been much worse words, I'm sure. She got words we don't even know about.
Oh, God, I'm seeing my bubby this weekend. She usually drops a good one on us.
Yeah.
Zach, we're doing the Thanksgiving week thing. I put it out there on Facebook. I talked to lots of people. We made our list.
You put
Sir, I think it's the metaverse, but I think it's technically still Facebook. The call sign for the stock is still FB.
Call sign Meta. That's going to be my call sign when I go to the Air Force. I'm in Top Gun.
All right, Zach, you said you have one HM. We made lists of 5. Why don't you get started? Tell me.
It won't get started because my phone is giving me its off at touch. Where are we at?
The best part or your favorite part of Thanksgiving weekend. Be specific. Kick it off.
For me, my honorable mention, just because I'm déclassé and like to go slumming sometimes, I love
Boston Market.
No, not that slummy. I was a little churched up from there. Cranberry sauce log. The one that's like just gelatinous and it's so good.
We're talking about ribbed for her pleasure? The one that has the can marks?
No, ribbed for my pleasure, baby. It's so good.
Well, we mean the ocean spray, with the ridges on it, right?
Yeah, it's the
Zach,
log.
I have a list of
good.
5.
Fuck off. Yeah.
You sunk my Gonzaga. That was my number 4. Really? I absolutely love the log that we're talking about. And what makes it even better is people wrote in with what they wanted. Ron Katz told me his favorite, made a point to say, and you know what I hate the most? That gelatinous.
So I don't get it because we're fancy Jews. So we get like high end. Somebody makes cranberry sauce with some lemon zest and whatnot in there. Exactly. But I got a secret stash of log going on. Ribbed for my pleasure, yeah.
Log, what's that? Ren and Stimpy reference?
Ooh, yes, it is.
I'm with you.
That's my honorable mention.
That's my number 4. My family makes this bougie, like, it's with the little chunks of pineapple and orange. Give me the log all day.
Absolutely.
That made a top 5 of my list.
How
top
sick
5.
is it that we both had it on there? Out of all the nonsensical, like, specific,
because people
big,
don't like
existential.
People don't like it because it's 89 cents at the store. Not because it's not good. It's my Rolling Rock argument. It's good beer. It's good. It's just, it's so déclassé.
Yeah, I say déclassé.
I did that for you.
Because I'm classé.
Especially for you.
Especially for me, because I am classé. Okay, so for me, I you know what? It shouldn't even be on my list. I probably should swap my HM in my number 5 because I don't do it anymore. We used to love, my family, going to see the balloons get blown up by the Natural History Museum before they go down. It used to not be a thing. It used to be a local Upper West Side thing nobody knew about and wasn't televised.
Books out, baby.
What?
Books out. Everybody knows.
Yeah, well, we one-upped the book for now. because my sister, who's a graphic designer or an Asian design major for you Clerks fans out there. Anyway, we made very formal looking invitations that we hand to the cop that say we're going to a party at one of the two addresses on the non-crowded side of the street. So you get to walk the non-crowded side of the street. So we won up the system, but that walk between 81st and 78th, just death. 77th, just death. And they got rid of the Teddy Roosevelt statue, which I have my own problems with. Nevertheless, we used to love that because you used to be able to bang it out in half an hour when nobody knew about it other than people lived in a 5-block radius. But that was the early 90s.
I had a friend whose dad was a little bigger, and he showed up for the Thanksgiving parade and went right to the cop and turned to me and goes, what precinct are you guys? And they said, I don't know, the precinct 4. He goes, oh my God, my cousin works over at, and just picked a number. They let him in there like he was royalty.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
We had Cohen on one side and I think Schwartz on the other for the invitations. And it was like, hey, we're going to Cohen at 34 West 70. Well, we're going to Schwartz. We'd show the guy the thing and looked all official. That's good. And my dad used to always wear his like Mets NYPD NYFD hat.
Zach, I asked a lot of people about this. You're the only person who said blowing up the blimps, and that is a great answer. I couldn't care less. I've walked by it before, and I don't care, but that is a great answer.
Because you've only walked by it in the recently where it's a big to-do and it's a zoo. If it was you and like 30 other people, you'd love it. It's a blast. You get up close, and it was also 1991.
I don't care because I don't care. I've just happened to be down in that area before for like dinner, and I look over. I'm like, oh, they're blowing up the blimps today. Super. Hey, look, it's SpongeBob.
Yeah, no, it was a fun thing because there also was signs like nobody cared. You like guess who it was. It's like, oh, that looks like Ronald McDonald's big red ass. That's got to be him. Like you just see them in like a prone position. They're all presenting.
Prone, good PT word.
See,
you know the opposite of prone?
Acute.
Supine.
Supine. Yes, there it is. All right, go on with your number 5.
My number 5. Now, I'll just say from my list, I really focused in on things you only have this week. And you can argue on one of them, but I mean in like the cranberry sauce with the ridges for me, which I told you was my number 4. You don't have that any other month of the year, any other week.
So for eating it in July.
They probably have it at the store, and it sits there from the previous year, and I bet those things are good forever.
Nuclear holocaust.
So
that's in my bunker.
For me, I went number 5 is pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. I only eat it at Thanksgiving, and I'm a big pumpkin guy. I don't know if you've heard. Love the beer, love the coffee. It is one of my favorite things. I absolutely love pumpkin pie. I even tried just buying pumpkin in a can to be like, oh, this is healthy as long as you don't put all the sugar in it. It's not good. You can't eat it. I tried. I thought it would be like a healthy supplement. Pumpkin pie, where I don't know if I ever told you this story. I've seen Julia's dad work very hard twice in his life. Like really out of the way. Oh my God, stop what's going on. Once every year is for his fantasy football draft. The second one, we needed whipped cream for the pumpkin pie. You would have thought that somebody was dying in the middle of the living room the way he was moving and Googling and looking and calling. Pumpkin pie all the way. That's my number 5.
Really? Okay.
I love it. I do.
I find it to be okay. It's fine. I'm like 2 bites and I get it.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah. It's okay for you. It's not quite a fair because I will eat it. But anyway, for me, also number 4 I've got, because I got your 4. I like the football. And usually the games stink. Usually it's nothing special, but I just like that it's on, Thursday afternoon. I got nothing else to do. Usually, sometimes it's good games like the Leon Lett game. I missed snow in November. Now winter's been canceled. The butt fumble, I was there. That was awful.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I was there with Jenna. My stepfather was a Pats fan, and my mom who was in a mink coat. The whole thing was a scene. It was just a weird crew and a weird game. And, I just like watching random football with a big turkey leg in my hand.
Couldn't agree with you more. Football, I said all day, especially it starts at 12, right? Or does it do it's a 12 o'clock game?
Maybe it's
always the Cowboys, always the Lions. They do the big turkey leg
I don't
thing.
love the new game, though. The third random game, like
I do.
Chargers somebody. No. Give me Lions. Give me Cowboys. That's enough.
For me, it makes everything a lot more palatable because you can put the game on unmute. You sit there. I'm a big football guy. I may be footballed out by Monday, but Thursday, I mean, right now I'm fiending. I haven't seen football in 24 hours. I will love it. That is my number 3. I absolutely love football. But I wanted to.
So you just got a Ray Rice crawling on your ceiling looking at you, that kind of thing?
Ray Rice is not the new Zach Stacy, okay? So why don't we take it easy over there?
Zach Stacy's got his problems.
They're
in pretty good shape, though. Strong guy.
But also for Thanksgiving weekend, another big thing is football, actually playing football. And like little Mike wrote in, he said, then I used to love playing. Now I like watching. I don't really love playing football around that time, but a quick story. My uncle, back in his day, he was very athletic, brings me to all his friends are playing. I couldn't have been more than 12, 11. I didn't touch the ball for 3 hours. And at the end of the game, they throw me an out route. I was on defense. They throw it to this other guy. I run up to defend it, and the guy drops it and then immediately looks up. His head goes into my chin, splits my lip. I'm bleeding everywhere. It ends the game. That was my one time playing football on Thanksgiving with people.
So you ruined the game.
But watching football all day, number 3
all
for
fun
me.
and games till Alan splits his lip. Then it's just fun.
Zach, you're skipped to number 3 for you.
Okay, this one's a little artsy-fartsy, mamby-pamby, kumbaya. But I just like the concept that a huge majority of the country is just doing the same thing. It's a nice feeling of togetherness. I do. I don't know.
Snowflake.
I know. It's a weird one. But like when I thought about this, I moved that one down, actually, because it seemed a little snowflakey.
You know who's not? The Native Americans. They're definitely not doing this.
I didn't say all. I said a large chunk. It's just
most. Almost all, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a nicety.
You go to Foxwoods, there's no turkey dinner there.
Well, there is. There's a bunch of sad, degenerate gamblers, but they're still doing it. They're still out there. Good for them.
Is there any other holiday that were? I guess New Year's. People are kind of all. New Year's is a big one, right?
Purim, New Year's, but no. This is the one. Like this is the one that everyone just does the same damn thing, and we all eat the same meal. We all talk about the same nonsense and bullshit, and we watch the same football. We're all just maybe it's the conformist in me. I'm just goose stepping along, but like it's.
You mentioned watching or talking about the same stuff is one of my favorite political podcasts I listen to. It's very like neutral, which I really like about it. And they said, here's the list of 5 things that you should not talk about. You've all agreed to sit together at a table. Do not talk about. And they listed it. They went, do not say the word Rittenhouse. Do not say the word mask. Do not say the word Fauci. Do not say CRT. I don't even know if you know what that is. And do not say, oh, I forget the last one was vaccine. Do not say those 5 words. No sentence can say that.
I am going to put them all into one sentence and just fire it at my mother-in-law and see how it goes.
So Rittenhouse.
Sorry, Jenna.
Anyway, I thought that was actually really, really good because everybody has their own little political views. But if you're agreeing for Thanksgiving, those are probably 5 things you shouldn't be talking about right now. But I'm with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Number 2.
Well, you go. What was your 3?
You sunk my 3 with football.
Oh. Okay. For me, number 2, the actual meal. Be
specific. This is what people told me.
They don't celebrate it. Anyway, I like the turkey, that we prepare it ourselves. We brine it. Jenna does a dry rub. I carve it. The potato.
You gotta give her some lotion, dude.
I got a little raw, a little rough. Let's shave turkey. No, I like that the preparation, the whole bit. I like turkey dinner. I just think we should have it more often. We don't have fresh turkey dinner enough.
Couldn't disagree more. Turkey's the worst part of this holiday.
I like it. I like
I've had one turkey in my life, and it was deep fried. That I was like, oh, that was good.
Then get your ass over to our house for Thanksgiving because Jenna does it nice.
Wasn't invited.
You weren't invited. Not with that ugly stash and those shoulders. Ugh. Julia was invited, not you. Disgusting. Okay. I hope you download this and don't watch it because he just did was gross. All of it, the whole bit. Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day? I was watching some clips of baseball, which what annoys me that they all do their little hand signals. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for somebody. What do you call this? The wave where they do the whole. When's that going to be like a celebration? Like, oh, look at that.
Like the worm thing, or like the wacky waving inflatable hand guy.
Wacky waving inflatable hand guy, which was my present at your Secret Santa that we did 2 years ago.
I gotta get one of those.
Yeah. No, as far as the turkey goes, I've almost never had a good turkey. This year, I am paying for a catered Thanksgiving for my family where my sister, my
That's so
mother.
goyish. You're gonna get Wolfgang Puck to make you a turkey? Just come to
No,
our house.
there's this. Remember the Julia's brother's girlfriend, that restaurant that did not go over well? I ordered.
Yeah, the one who yelled at her father. I love her. Good for her.
But that restaurant, they do an amazing catered thing where we order a la carte. We go turkey. We're doing a couple turkey breasts. We're doing a ham. We're doing some other sides. My family is
A ham?
love. Have you ever had ham?
I don't love ham. I think it's a little slimy.
You're out of your mind.
I don't get
I'll
it.
bring you a piece. It's so
Yeah,
good.
fine.
But we're doing this, and my mother and my sister on a daily basis are like, I saw this other place, this food store, they're doing it. I'm like, just shut up. I paid for it. It's done. It's going to feed 11 people, and it will be
It's gonna
A
do
level.
it for a third the price, and you get
third, even less.
pickles and olives and capers. I kind of love a caper. I assume your mother likes capers.
You assume my mother talks like that? I always do an accent of her with a Long Island accent. My mother sounds exactly like she's from Baltimore. She's a Baltimorean.
I do two accents: the Israeli male and the Jewish mother from like Queens. That's my accents I can do.
So that was your number two?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the
All
whole like the actual eating of the meal.
My number two, when I asked people for their answers, I said be specific. Okay. I'm going to be specific. People love sweet potatoes. People love corn. People love cornbread. I like both of those things. Do you know the only thing?
You think you do. Someone's incepted it into you. You don't actually like them.
No, we have sweet potatoes at most of our Jewish, like Passover. We have.
Yeah, and then the dreidel falls and Inception ends.
But the one thing that you only have at Thanksgiving as a side is stuffing, and it is fantastic. Stuffing for me is one of those you don't have any other time of the year. Joanne said cornbread stuffing, which I was like, all right, I didn't know that was a thing, but stuffing is very good. By the way, I do mean stuffing like you made it on the side. Anybody that takes the stuffing, puts it in, takes it out, and no. Not down with the sickness. Not okay with that. But a very fun fact that I saw, one of my old patients I text, he listens to the show sometimes, he kept saying dressing. And I was like, dressing? He goes, dressing. I said, you mean gravy? He goes, well, you could put some gravy on the dressing. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, am I the goy that says dressing is stuffing? I said, I did not know that was a thing.
That's new. The dressing is like the drippings and the nasty. That's like dressing, but no.
For me, stuffing. Number two, Zach, what is your Duke?
My Duke, and I make it. Actually, I make two things. I make boozy cider for the actual meal, but that's just okay. But what I make, and one of the reasons I like to host, the day after Thanksgiving sandwich. Oh, triple decker, turkey gravy, cranberry on both things, and then on the other side of it, a melange of potatoes and stuffing. Put them together. But I don't do it like Ross, the moist maker, because I don't want it soggy. I want each one lightly toasted so that it holds its rigidity. Rigidity is the name of the game, so that it holds its shape.
Or some dry rub.
Some dry rub will get you there.
But I agree with you, Zach. Nobody said leftovers, and that is the best leftovers. I agree with you.
Love the day after sandwich. In fact, it came up on my Time Hop today, which makes me think Thanksgiving's been recent.
The hell's a Time Hop?
Time Hop is an app that shows you all the pictures from each year of that day. Great when you have kids.
Is that how you and your boyfriend track your relationship?
Yeah, so there's your sandwich right there from 2 years ago. I can't do it. Whatever. It's delish.
All right. You know what? I put the teaser out today for my number one, and I love it. It's something you only do at Thanksgiving. I love the Thanksgiving song. I love the Adam Sandler. The song that it only comes around once a year. You listen to it like once or twice. Of course, we don't have the radio. We don't have the radio anymore. Back in the day, you'd be like, oh, I'll hear this on the radio. We're driving tomorrow down to Maryland. If we don't throw it on the old Spotify, I'm not going to hear it at all. I love that song. That was back when he was a nobody. He wrote that song. It's one of my favorites. I love that. Good. I love it.
It's good.
Did you not see the picture that I posted?
I saw the picture. You looked like, Adam Sandler's accountant.
How familiar are you?
With a hair hat on.
Are you with the song? Do you know the song?
Is that what trivia is going to be? The song trivia? I don't know. I mean, I don't listen to it yearly.
Fair enough. That's my number one. Zach, I want to go through and read
That's your number one?
my
That's
number
your
one.
Duke?
I love it. I do.
By the way, we both lied because both our number ones are the log. We both just couldn't. Cranberry log is our number one, both of us. We just couldn't face the fact.
Here's why it's not. If you showed up at somebody's 4th of July and they put the cranberry log out, would you eat it?
Best party of the year. It's tits.
I would as well. If you showed up at somebody's 4th of July and they played the Thanksgiving song, you'd be like, what are you, an idiot? Turn this shit off.
I would eat the log at like 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. Like, it doesn't matter. Let's go. It's go time. Things are not good at home.
That is one of those, you have the log and then you have bacon.
Yeah. Then, call back to last week. There's your last meal. There it is.
Things that you just feel so disgusting for.
Yeah. You may not even make it to the electric chair. You might just die right there.
Our fans, our friends gave lots and lots of answers. I'm going to do the top 10 to incorporate as many people as possible. Kicking it off, number 10, two mothers were very gung-ho. One of them being your wife, the other one being the Queen of Scream. Quote, baking and cooking is kind of what they said, specifically with Zoe. Your wife was like, I love it. We have our own
cooks with Zoe. Good for her.
Number 10, baking and cooking. Number 9, which bothered me a little bit, is some of my friends, which you mentioned your spiked Snyder that you make for your people, is my friend said drinking or booze, which is why I threw cognac. Not that cognac is the drink, it just rhymed with Mac, sax, and cognac. But I had a couple friends that are like, oh, you can just drink all day, which made me go, that's what I do. That's what I do pretty much all the days at this point.
But I do mine nice. I throw a little brown sugar, a little honey, so a full bottle of Jack Daniels, and I slice up some apples so that it soaks in. So it's like a.
Can you make that for that party that I have to come to in a couple of weeks?
No.
Why?
I don't know. It's a lot of work.
It's a whole to-do.
It is a to-do, and then it sits in a big thing that I stole from college with a Captain Morgan logo on it until we just can't deal anymore. But it tastes good.
Number 8, people said pumpkin pie, which I'm down with. Number 7, people like turkey. I think for them, it's more that they don't really have turkey during the year.
Yeah, we don't have it enough. It should be a thing. Number
6, which when I first was getting results of this, sweet potato pie with marshmallows was running away with us. It was every single person said this, and I was like, I can't believe this is going to be the runaway winner. It ended up not winning. That was the number 6. Here's a weird one. Number 5, the long weekend / time off from work, which makes me think our friends and fans don't like their jobs.
I don't like mine.
That wasn't in your 5. You get 5 days off.
No, because I'm supposed to be, in theory, working from home on Friday, just like fielding questions if there are any.
I've almost quit jobs before when they told me that, and I always say, I'm not from here. My birthday generally falls around this time. I'm not working on Friday. I had somebody goes, you have to do every other year. I said, I won't be here that year. Like, fire. I'm not coming in. I'm not staying around the city. Number 4, the parade. And they mean watching the parade, whether live or on TV.
I used to go every year. It's freezing.
Zach, it's like the old Mitch Hedberg joke. If you don't like a parade, just walk in the opposite direction. Parades for me are torture.
No, but if you're going to go to the parade, the spot to be is between 77 and 72nd because the whole thing goes by in like 45 minutes. That's where they shoot from. There's no
But you don't get to see the people lip syncing at Macy's.
Who cares? They'll lip sync for you right then and there.
I'm with you.
But that's the spot to be. Between 77th and 72nd, you're in and out in 45 minutes. They just fire off the floats.
Love it. Number 3 was stuffing, which I agree with most people on that.
Specific one. Yeah, good.
Number 2 was football, because a lot of people who watch this or listen to the show love football or playing.
I noticed the log isn't getting much love.
It's not number 1, spoiler. Number 1, which almost doubled number 2, people said being with my family, and I just have to call bullshit. This nation runs on medication, runs on psychotherapy. People hate their families. The awkward conversations, somebody actually said the awkward conversations I really do like.
Oh, that's fantastic.
My family, now we're getting smaller, but when we had our whole extended family, it was a Dothraki wedding. If there were only 3 killings, it was a good time. People would.
I didn't put standing by family. I like the idea of everyone being together in general, but they can all have that. I don't need my crew.
Almost guaranteed, Zach. Guaranteed at my family functions, at least one person will stand up, call somebody an asshole, and storm out and leave. And then the next week they show up like nothing happened.
Send it to my house. We need a little of that.
That was the number one thing with our friends. I'll just say there was a couple of people that throughout they try to kiss my ass and be like, "Oh, well, your birthday. I love celebrating your birthday." I'm as showy as you get. I'm not really into my birthday. I'm a giver, not a taker.
You're as showy as you get in that jersey?
Hey, member of the tribe, Amari.
Yeah, it's true. No, I'm not a birthday guy at all. I've always said I'd rather make someone else's party about me than have a party for myself. I don't need all the attention.
I'm totally with you.
I'll ruin your party, but I don't need to have one for me.
Not ruin, but I would rather somebody comes to your birthday and then they leave and they go, "Man, that Alan guy was hysterical."
Never happened. So wait, keep going. Yeah.
I was going to go with other stuff.
Yeah.
Joe Babe, the only person who threw out pecan pie, which is amazing.
I have never once partaken in pecan pie because I'm allergic.
You should.
I'm allergic.
Oh, that's right. It's worth it. Take one bite.
I can't partake in your pecan pie.
Who was that? Oh, I was watching a TV show the other night and they said...
You don't know what that's from?
No.
When Harry Met Sally. Go on.
I'll have what you're having. Great.
You've never seen it, so that means. You've seen one line.
No, there was something the other day. They were saying so-and-so used to drink a little bit of arsenic every day to build up tolerance. It was on Succession. They referenced that. But yeah, you should start with one pecan and then slowly get more. Notice how I go interchangeable with pecan and pecan.
I did
apparently
not. I'd rather go with arsenic.
They say it's pecan. Apparently, that's the right way to say it. It is what it is. And then I had one person who said, "When your family goes home is the best part." And I went, I get it. That makes sense.
That's a rough part because then you have to clean up, but you don't help enough or do it right. And the person who cooked somehow winds up doing dishes, and then you're in trouble. Maybe that's a little bit, a look into my own mirror. Did anybody besides the two of us idiots mention the cranberry log? Or were we the only two schmucks that had it on there? Which is astounding.
Again, other than Ron Katz saying, I want to make a point to say the cranberry log sucks.
That's astonishing that we both threw that on there. It's almost scary and not okay.
The other best answer that I heard about Thanksgiving, which I have actually really never heard of, but I had to look into, is my friend Josh's fiance, Miss Heather. Her and her family like to watch the...
Miss Heather sounds very dominatrixy.
Well, it's because his nephew calls her Miss Heather. They do respect in their family. My nephew calls me Alan. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like you're going to whip someone with a spiked paddle. Hers does.
They make a point in their family to watch the Pumpkin Chunkin', which I had to Google and look up. It is. People are launching pumpkins 4,000 feet.
No, they're not. It's all trick photography. They go like 40 yards.
Still 70.
Yeah. And by the way, we also will usually watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving thing. No, but Zoe doesn't like the second one, the pilgrimy one. She just likes the meal one.
She's a little ball kicker is what she is.
Punch
her. All right, Zach. Pishadoo of the week. I'm going to go. I have 3 candidates, and these are real life examples, and I think I'm going in the correct order.
Is it not the guy who plowed through Wisconsin? Because he's the biggest asshole ever.
Obviously, this is a comedy podcast. That was
Go on.
It was horrible. Yeah. All right, in descending order, I had my buddy Seth come in from Chicago this past weekend. He stayed at my place. He's a beer guy. Like I said, he brought me some beer. He shows up. I am pawning off to him every beer in my fridge, which I'm like, let's get rid of this. And he'll drink anything. And I gave him, good beer for what it's worth. And I think I started him off with an IPA that I didn't want. I give it to him. He looks at me dead in the eye and goes, "I need a cup." Or he said, "Where's my cup?" And I went, and he just paused and looked at me. I said, "Are you being serious?" He goes, "I'm dead serious. Where's my cup?" I was like,
"Oh, I would give him a coffee mug. Here you go."
What an asshole. I looked at him and we ended up talking about later that weekend. I said, "The cup really made a deal." He goes, "I just like, when I'm drinking a good beer, I actually like the aroma." I said, "But a Bud Light," he goes, "I'll drink that from a can," which I know is the opposite. Bud Light, there's all this carbonation. You actually should be pouring those into a, whatever. It was just one of those things.
Like a goblet, but go on. All right.
But for like it was a huge asshole move.
I'm astonishingly bothered by that. Go on.
So was I, and I was like, "This is the biggest asshole." And then 2 other things happen. Number 2, also Seth. Julia comes out. He reaches for her like waist area and goes, "Oh, looks like you put a little weight on." Mind you, we haven't seen this guy in person 2 years.
Wow.
And she quickly turns around and he continues to reach for her waist. And now it's like, because at first I was thinking like, oh, he's going to make like some joke. Like he is the most polite, nice person in the world.
Zoe would have punched him in the dick.
I wanted Zoe here to punch him on the dick. He now starts to reach more for her and kind of double back. And she's like, excuse me? He's like, no. And now and finally I'm like, dude, what the hell? And he goes, no. I was trying to grab your hand, your hand, your ring. And we're like, oh. But you know how long this whole ruse was?
Gutsy.
It was probably like 10 seconds. Realistically, not 3 minutes. It took about 10, but like 10 Mississippis of
long time.
And he's like, no, right there. And we're like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? And I thought that was, you know what? Of the ways to say that, you definitely go with, oh, look at your hand looking heavier. There's a million ways to do that. The way he did it, reaching for her stomach, not the way.
Because now I know I'm going to greet Julia every time I see her from now until forever. So, okay, go on.
But the number one, which I think, so it was me. So we had my buddy came in here, and then another friend of mine who I'm good friends with her. A whole little mishbucha came over to my house on Saturday night, and we're doing our thing. And my buddy Kevin, his wife Jess, they have this 8-year-old. Her name's Kenzie. She's lovely.
8-year-old dude.
I know how to keep her busy, so we're playing a game. But let's keep in mind it's Saturday night, and do you know what I do on Saturday nights? I watch UFC. So I am sitting actually in the spot I'm at right now. I intentionally put her to my left, angled towards me as we're playing a game. I have USC up behind her. We're watching it. It was 2 girls that were fighting, and one of them beat the living snot out of the other one. And it wasn't that big of a deal. At one point, the thing froze, and my friend said, do you want to put on like some kid-friendly TV? And I said, is UFC not okay? She goes, no, it just froze. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I put it on. The girl, Misha Tate, future Mrs. Snyder, if I will, her face was a mess. It was so bad. The night goes on. Everything's fine. I wake up the next morning, and my buddy Seth got a text from her saying, oh my God, Kenzie was hysterical last night when we got home because of that girl's face. I immediately text her. I said, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay?
The kid has a phone at 8?
There was no phone. The kid turned around at some point and looked at the TV.
Whoa.
So you're looking it up. Yeah, it's not good. Oh, are you looking up the hotness or her face being a mess?
No, the hotness. Look at Misha Tate.
Yeah, she's a smoke show. So I text my friend Jess and I said,
not when she gets the braids going on, but when she's gussied up, yeah.
I said, hey, is Kenzie going to come over and watch the next UFC with me? Quote, ready? I'm reading a text. Dude, the crying when we got home was out of control. She kept saying she saw the girl's face bloody whenever she closed her eyes. Why would anybody want to do that to somebody and get hurt? And she doesn't know why anybody would ever want to do that to another person. Ended up sleeping in bed with us just to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Those are your 3 candidates.
I've been there with the kid who can only close their eyes and see something scary. It's awful. But that could be set off and triggered by any number of quirky, weird things. The grabbing for the waist and the weight is really, really tacky.
Yes.
And horrible. However, the cup is really bothering me. He's bad. A schmuck for demanding a mug or a glass in someone else's house. What kind of bar does he think this is? I can't get past it. He's a schmuck. He's an asshole for asking for a cup. I really, if he has a problem with that, he knows where to find me.
He's the best. It was just a funny little moment.
No, it's not funny. You asked for a cup, I would have just said, beer withdrawn. You're not getting a beer. They're done.
All right. I did make trivia. Let's blow through these real quick. I'll give you some help. We're testing your knowledge today of Adam Sandler's Thanksgiving song.
Right.
Question number 1. Which Met got traded, which shocked Adam Sandler during the song?
Which Met got traded? Shocked Adam Sandler. Lenny Dykstra.
Love to eat turkey. Sorry, it's turkey with gravy and cranberry.
Strawberry.
I can't believe the Mets traded strawberry. There you go. Question the second. I guess you're not going to get this, but what happens after he eats dark meat? White meat, dark meat. You just can't lose.
What did he bother me that I don't know this?
What did he fall off of?
I don't know. Something
I
seat.
fell off my
I don't know.
moped and I got. This is like remixed to Ignition all over again.
Yeah,
Zach. It's
I
horrible.
don't have it. I listened to the song. I just don't memorize it.
He fell off his moped, which I guess I didn't know moped was spelled. Spell it.
Moped.
Yeah, it's like mopped. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Mopped is 2 P's.
The iPhone will correct me if I type it in wrong.
Okay.
My nephew, I love him to death. He cannot get the yours correct.
The hell out of me.
At which point I will correct him, and he goes, "Okay, Grammarly, don't correct me."
Did you
and
call
then
friends?
Today, I said to him, "What grade do you guys learn that?" He said 3rd. I said, "What grade are you in?" He goes 5th. I was like, "All right."
Yeah, I would have quoted Ross. Why are you spells your?
Question number 3. After eating turkey all night long, how many Elvis fans can't be wrong?
50,000 Elvis fans.
50,
100,000?
50,
55?
50 million Elvis fans.
Yeah,
right?
50,000.
Question number 4. What are Adam's favorite type of pants? Turkey for the girls and turkey for the boys. My favorite type of pants.
I don't know.
It rhymes, Zach.
Corduroys.
Hey, I'll give you a...
Jesus Christ.
This is so bad.
Yeah, I don't listen to it yearly. I haven't heard the song since 92.
This was my Duke. I mean,
it's insane.
I was really, really going to bring Samantha on. She knows every line.
Good for her. I couldn't do the Hanukkah song. Maybe I could do the Hanukkah song, but I don't listen to it yearly. I listened to it back when I was in 8th grade. 7th grade, maybe.
Question number 5. Last question. After wrapping that turkey in aluminum foil, what does Adam's brother like to do?
I don't have a clue. This is full fucking...
Wrap that turkey in aluminum foil. My brother likes to masturbate with...
olive oil. Like...
baby oil.
I haven't heard this song since 92.
All right, you're going to listen to it?
Come out? Now I am, but I don't listen to this song yearly, like multiple times. I had the album. I listened to it. Then I got the next album, and I listened to that one. It was...
They're going to laugh at you.
That was great.
That's the album it was on, no?
Is it?
Yeah. It's not. Stan and Judy's Kid was the Hanukkah song.
What was the other one?
They're all going to laugh at you.
They're all going to laugh at you. All right, fine. And when did that come out? 92, 93. It's been a hot minute. I'm 41.
God, you're so old.
I know. Old balls and loose skin.
Wrinkly ass.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe we'll do some Big Daddy trivia.
That I could probably do. I've seen that recently.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast.
Is that kid friendly, by the way? I need good movies. We watched Ladybugs the other day, which killed.
Fantastic.
And I didn't realize that it was PG-13. It's not the kids' movie that I thought it was. It's definitely geared at me. So he was dying. Curses. The kicked in the ball.
So is Jonathan Brandis.
Nevertheless, him and Rodney are playing soccer in heaven or hell. But yeah, hysterical, and she was rolling.
Good for you. I love that she's loving that.
Good times.
All right, people. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Thanks for listening. We appreciate the love and support. Keep downloading, keep listening.
To all. Yeah.
Happy to all, good night, and to all a good thanks, or whatever. I don't know.
Not even close. Swung on and missed.
Inashimashi!
Inashimasan! Amazing.
Zoltan.
You don't take